The bubbly personality is making a comeback, baby. My videographer here, my fierce babe said, Mommy, the bubbly personality is gone. We needed to come back. So I'm working on it because I said, if I'm telling the world that I'm rolling with God, I have to be happy. Those who roll with Him are full of joy and happy because we are trusting in Him. Okay, my Julie? So thank you, my fierce babes, that we could tell each other about our weaknesses and our strengths, and we could sharpen each other and we can make each other better, all for the glory of Papa God. Okay, my sweetie? So God has a way of revealing Himself to me, and I call them my God winks. And that's when, out of the blue, everything lines up a little bit too perfect just for us to call it a regular coincidence. So last night, after posting my video where I talked about expectations and how God exceeds my expectations, when people over here may disappoint us, and if we have low expectations, counting on them sometimes, and they disappointed and they mess up and they don't meet our expectations over here. But God over here has huge. He wants us to think huge and expect big expectations from Him. And that has been my experience, that He exceeds anything that I could ever imagine. So after telling the world that God exceeds my expectations and He goes beyond what I could even ask or imagine from Him, He showed up to confirm that. So I was with my mom. I said, let me hang out with my 87-year-old mom. And I say, she will never read my book, so I'm going to have to read it to her. And I ask her, I say, Mom, from 1 to 366, pick a number. And she picked number 300. And look what showed up. It was a devotional quote from a devotional that I read. And it was a message from God saying, God can do anything you know, far more than you can ever imagine or guess or request in your wildest dreams. And that's certainly been my experience with Him. He goes beyond what I could ever imagine or expect. Like Devon Franklin puts it, the God stock goes up. When you roll with God, let me tell you, He doesn't disappoint you. And I was just thinking about how God has really just guided my life, even from, I remember going as a little teenager into the office to fill out a form as to what major I would study. And I just, felt excited about one particular major, and I chose that. And I ended up not having enough money after I graduated from there, a 2-year college. I didn't have enough money to go to school. And one day my boss in the Bahamas just came to my desk and he said, Onika, I want you to go to the same school my son went to in New York. And I ended up going. By God's grace, I was able to graduate, and I had so many different experiences working on Wall Street and all sorts of things. I'm telling you, God goes beyond what we could imagine or expect. My boss has said, Onika, I don't want you going to any rinky-dink college. I want you going to the top college in New York, the same one my son went to. And God has just been so amazing for Him to come to my desk and say that when I had a single mom who said, Nick, sorry, you got to go to work. I can't help you anymore with your college. And God didn't stop there, guys. I ended up coming back to the Bahamas and working with Him for a little bit. And then I ended up meeting my husband, and I ended up going to work with him and his business. But the amazing part about it, that when I thought about it today, is how the major that I picked as a little teenage girl and all the experiences I had with my boss and going to New York and working on Wall Street fit in like perfectly with his business that he already had established when he met me. And he would buy the cars. I would be the finance manager to get customers to buy them and sell them. And we just worked together so well. And God just, went beyond our wildest dreams. And the business that I met him is going on 26 years now. And we're still keeping it going by His grace. Even the problems, everything, God has been showing up for us. So guys, I want you guys to know that when you roll with God, He exceeds anything you could ever imagine or expect from Him. That's been my experience. How did I go from even before that college? My mom struggled to pay my school fees, and by God's grace, she would still pay for me to go to a 2-year college. For God to just to take me all the way to New York to work on Wall Street at one of the big banks there. Worked for a big distribution company, and it was just like really great experience. Like God just took my life on this fabulous adventure. I left New York, came back to Bahamas. My husband showed up. I ended up going with him, marrying him into his business, and we were able to really do great things. And my husband's sister said to me the other day, you know, just as a witness to everything, she said, Nick, you've been my brother's gift from God. And honestly, her brother has been God's gift to me, guys. We're a team and we're together, and we're gonna go, we go through our ups and downs. But that's a part of life, that's a part of marriage. But we still stick it out, we're still loyal and faithful. And by God's grace, He's blessed us all these years. The economy will go up, it will go down, but God has stayed with us. And no matter what was going on, we always knew without a doubt that God was the one backing us up. So guys, don't miss out on the life with God. So Him revealing Himself with me and my mom. I want you to start picking up on glimmers of His presence with you too. That you know that you're not rolling through life alone. That He's with you, He's for you, He's on your side. As we do our best, we leave the rest with Him. Knowing He can take things, He can do. Nothing is too difficult for God, guys. So let's keep rolling with Him. I want our lives intertwined with Him. We live, we move, we have our being in Him. Okay? Going to Him in every moment. Even that little problem I woke up on Saturday about, He just gave me that solution, and everything is working out better than I expected. Again, I know I'm not that smart, but I know that God is with me. He's guiding me. He's my advisor. He's my partner. He's my friend. He's my father. He's my love. He shows me such love that He far exceeds my wildest dreams in Him. So don't miss out on a life with Papa God. Say, God, I want to commit my life to You fully. I want to be your girl, your guy, that everything that I do, may it be honoring and pleasing to You. Amen.